Just off Florida's coast, there's a quiet stretch of the Canaveral National Seashore that we like to call Christa's Cove. It's a hidden pocket of untouched islands, wildlife, and pure peace. Today, we're taking the boat out to show you what it feels like to disappear into it.
Tell us where we're going, Christa, and what's behind us.
Oh gosh.
Going to Christa Cove.
Well, he calls it Christa Cove. We are amongst a whole bunch of these Canaveral Seashore islands, and when we enter in between these two islands here, you will be in the middle of nowhere because the land on the mainland is not inhabited. And these islands here are technically uninhabited. And so you're going to find a lot of wildlife here. Believe it or not, there are gators here, so hopefully we will see them.
I'll try to sneak up on them.
Oh, right there. Turn around, turn around.
We swam out here many times, walked these whole island. You could actually walk from there, that island to that island. There's a little beach section over here that we can beach up on and get out and explore them.
Let's see if there's any gators on the
Gators
shore.
are usually over here in this corner.
The birds at the end of that island over there.
Ripples right there.
And they poke their heads up to watch you too. This cove isn't just about gators and birds. This place connects directly to the Mosquito Lagoon, one of Florida's most diverse marine habitats. Here's what makes it so wild. So a lot of the animals that people enjoy when they come out here boating or kayaking in the Mosquito Lagoon is particularly manatees and dolphins. That gets people excited every time. There's a lot of them out here. I'll start with dolphins. There has been a survey done with the dolphins in the Indian River Lagoon. This is like within the 156-mile stretch. 1,032 dolphins were counted. And what's interesting is that the dolphins that live in the Indian River Lagoon stay in the Indian River Lagoon. And because of that, and they've done so for many generations, they've evolved some certain differences that make them different than those out in the ocean. Same species. So one thing is that the dolphins are about 20% smaller. And the reason for that is that the average depth of the water here is about 3 to 5 feet. So it makes more sense and easier for them to get around being smaller in here. And then on average, they're darker. And the reason for that, they get more exposure to the sun. And lastly, they have developed longer pectoral fins. And those are the fins on the sides of their body. And what that does, it helps them maneuver around the shallower water a lot easier. But this is what gets really neat though. The researchers have found that they've counted about 700 dolphins that they can identify just by observing their dorsal fins. Sometimes it's easy to tell apart. By the way, there's dolphins right over there. You head that way. So sometimes you can easily tell fins apart because of damage, either from boat strikes, which are rare, but it does happen. Sometimes entanglements from fishing line or netting, and sometimes from interactions with predators like bull sharks, for example. But then outside of that, though, their dorsal fin is unique like our fingerprints. They're shaped differently. They have little sometimes they're wider at the base or narrower at the base, some curves more than others. Sometimes you get little nicks on the outside or the inside of the front or the back of the fin. So every time you see a dolphin, pay attention to that because you never know, you might recognize that dolphin again. So there's a lot of fun facts about dolphins I would like to share. One thing is that they have the ability to echolocate. They can hear very, very well. So they know from a long distance that a boat is coming. You take that and mix that with the fact that they can swim up to 22 miles per hour. And you put that together, that makes the boat strike to be pretty rare. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, and when it does, it's usually with babies. But because they can see and move pretty quickly, they can get out of the way. It's different with manatees. They don't see nor hear very well, and they don't move very fast. So it's not like they have to chase after the grass that they eat. And so unfortunately, they are more susceptible to
boat strikes. They can't get out of the way when people aren't paying attention to the signage as far as watching their speed.
There's a lot of differences, behavioral differences between the dolphins in the Indian River Lagoon and those out in the ocean. The ones in the Indian River Lagoon, because the food is so plentiful, and the fact that they're smart enough that they can utilize seawalls and shallow areas of water to corner fish to be able to go fishing. They need to eat 20 pounds of fish a day. Males typically are on their own and they can fish on their own, utilizing those skills. But whereas out in the ocean, the water's really deep, these fish migrate, and not to mention you've got large predators out there, so dolphins tend to spend time in much larger pods out in the ocean. Here, only the females will form pods, but they're not very large pods, and they're usually familial groups. They know each other. Yeah. They do have a gestation of about 12 months. It's a very long time, and recent studies have shown that the babies will nurse for as long as 4 years. You used to tell people 18 to 24 months, but it's been seen as long as 4 years, so they develop a very, very deep bond. So that's why they spend time together. This is just one of many of the beautiful spots around Oak Hill Fish Camp. Whether you're looking for adventure, nature, peace and quiet, or just some good fishing, we've got you covered with the perfect launching point and beautiful cabins to make sure you can spend as much time on the water with as little hassle as possible. To book a stay, visit us at oakhillfishcamp.com. You can book with us directly online or give us a call for more information about reservations. Oak Hill is the perfect place for family, friends, or simply a place to comfortably relax on your own away from all the noise. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment down below what information you'd like to see us cover next or any fun fishing stories you may have. See ya!